Good evening and welcome to Quantum Network News, your source for news and analysis from a conservative perspective. I'm your host, Robert Saint. Tonight's show will cover Trump's economic revolution, abolishing the income tax for American prosperity. Former President Trump champions a bold new vision for American economic freedom. In a groundbreaking interview with Joe Rogan, President Trump outlined his revolutionary plan to potentially eliminate the federal income tax burden on hardworking Americans, replacing it with strategic tariffs on foreign imports. Speaking with Joe Rogan in an extensive interview, Trump articulated a vision that would fundamentally transform how the federal government generates revenue, while simultaneously protecting American industries. This America First approach would shift the tax burden from U.S. citizens to foreign companies seeking access to our markets. President Donald Trump has outlined his most ambitious economic proposal yet: the complete elimination of the federal income tax, replacing it with a strategic tariff system. There is a historical foundation for this plan. Trump's reference to President William McKinley's successful tariff policies isn't mere historical trivia. It's a blueprint for American economic dominance. During the McKinley era of the 1880s and 1890s, America achieved unprecedented economic growth through protective tariffs. This period before the introduction of a federal income tax in 1913 saw America emerge as the world-leading industrial power. Trump's invocation of McKinley highlights a proven model of American economic success that predates the modern income tax system. Central to Trump's proposal is the implementation of substantial tariffs on foreign goods, potentially reaching 200% on certain imports. Using John Deere as an example, Trump illustrated how companies moving production overseas would face significant financial consequences. This approach serves as a dual purpose: protecting American jobs while generating federal revenue, without directly taxing citizens' income. The Democrat opposition, led by Vice President Kamala Harris, claims this plan would increase consumer costs by $4,000 annually. However, this criticism overlooks the massive financial relief Americans would experience from eliminating federal income tax. The net effect would likely result in substantial savings for American families, while incentivizing domestic manufacturing and job creation. This strategy does align with the U.S. Constitution. Trump's proposal represents a return to the Founding Fathers, their original vision for federal revenue generation. The Constitution initially relied on tariffs and excise taxes rather than direct income taxation. This shift would align modern economic policy more closely with traditional American governance. There will be international trade implications. Beyond domestic considerations, this policy would revolutionize America's position in global trade negotiations. By implementing strategic tariffs while eliminating income tax, the United States would gain unprecedented leverage in international trade discussions. This approach would force foreign nations to contribute to American infrastructure and services through their access to U.S. markets. This plan could lead to a manufacturing renaissance. The proposal builds upon Trump's successful 2018 steel aluminum tariffs. These tariffs demonstrated the effectiveness of strategic trade barriers in revitalizing American industry. This expanded policy would create a comprehensive framework for returning manufacturing operations to American soil, ensuring job security and economic sovereignty. This bold economic vision represents more than a tax policy change. It's a fundamental restructuring of American economic priorities. By eliminating the IRS's direct taxation power and shifting revenue generation to foreign trade, Trump's plan would restore American manufacturing dominance while increasing citizens' financial freedom. Now, regarding the opposition, the progressive critique of this proposal notably focuses on potential price increases. Yet it ignores the transformative impact of eliminating income tax. This selective analysis suggests a political rather than economic motivation behind the opposition. I believe that Trump's vision combines traditional conservative principles with modern economic realities. The plan would strengthen national security through industrial independence while reducing government intervention in citizens' personal finances. This approach represents a return to proven economic policies that once secured America's position as the world's leading economic power. Trump's track record with the 2018 tariffs demonstrates the feasibility of such fundamental economic reforms. The proposal represents a clear choice between maintaining the current system of direct taxation or returning to a model that historically generated American prosperity. As the 2024 presidential race intensifies, this economic vision offers voters a clear alternative to the status quo. It represents not just a policy proposal, but a fundamental reimagining of American economic sovereignty and its citizens' financial freedom. This plan exemplifies the bold America First thinking that characterized Trump's first term, while promising even more substantial reforms for the future. Well, thank you for listening tonight to Quantum Network News, your source for news and analysis from a conservative perspective. I'm your host, Robert Saint.